1, 2, 3. Hello, good night. In this video, we will talk about proportion. Proportion. Unit 2, lesson 2 in algebra, okay? In the first, if you have a can, the price of one can equals 5 pounds, okay? 5 pounds. So the price of 2 cans equals 10. 2 times 5 equals 10. So the price of 3 cans equals 15. 3 times 5 equals 15. And the price of 5 cans equals 25. And price of 7 cans 35. And price of 10 cans equals 10 times 5 equals 50. Now we can write these values in the rational form, like 2 to 10 equals 3 to 15 equals 5 over 25 equals 7 over 35 equals 10 to 50. 10 to 50. When we simplify it, we note each of them equals 1 over 5, okay? Equals 1 ratios. So what is the meaning of proportion? Proportion is the equality of 2 ratios or more. Equality of 2 ratios or more, like this, okay? So in general, the definition of proportion, if A over P equal C over D. So can I see A, P, C and D? The quantities A, P, C and D are what? Proportional and vice versa, okay? Now we can say A is the first proportion, A first proportion, P second proportion, and C third proportion, and D fourth proportion. For example, 1 over 4 equals 7 to 28. 1 to 4 equals 7 to 28. I mean 1 first proportion, 4 second proportion, 7 third proportion, 28 third proportion. Now A and D is called extremes. I mean 1, 28 extremes. And C of P and C, like 4 and 7. 4 and 7 called what? Means, okay? A and D are called extremes, and P and C are called means, okay? Now we will study the properties of the proportion. First property, talk about what? Here, if A over P equals C over D. So, A times D equals C times P. I mean what, Miss Sarah? I mean the product of extremes equals the product of means. The product of extremes equals the product of means, okay? For example, find the third of the proportion of the quantities 3, 4, dots and 20. Find third proportion. In the first, suppose or let the third proportion pi x. Suppose the third proportion pi x. So we can write their quantities in the proportional form, like 3 over 4 equals x to 20. 3 to 4 equals x to 20. You can make a cross multiplication. So 4 times x equals 3 times 20. 4x equals 3 times 20. Therefore, 4x equals 60. By divide both sides by 4, we get x equals 15. Another exercise here, if 2x plus 5 to 3x minus 3 equals 5 to 4, okay? Find the value of x, okay? Now, I mean what? Two ratios between them, sign of the equality. I mean what? The two ratios are proportional. So I can write them in this form: 2x plus 5, 2, 3x minus 3 equals 5 to 4. If I make the cross multiplication, we get, I make cross multiplication, okay? We get 4 times 2x plus 5 equals 5 times 3x minus 3. Now you can distribute what? You can distribute the multiplication over the addition. I mean multiply 4 with each element with this bracket, or expand, okay? So 4 times 2x, 8x, 4 times 5, 20 equals 5 times 3x, 15x minus 5 minus 5 times negative 3 equals negative 15, okay? So we can simplify it by move what? You can move 8x to another side with the opposite sign. 15x minus 8x, okay? And here also, you can move negative 15 to another side with the opposite sign. So we get 20 plus 15. Simplify it. 15 minus 8x equals 7x, okay? 20 plus 15 equals 35. Simplify both sides here by, divided both sides by 7. We get x equals 5, okay? Now, the second property talk about what? Here, f. A times d. A times d equals p times c, okay? Then what? Then I mean, you can write a to p equals c to d. Again, a to p equals c to d, okay? Also, you can get what? You can get a to c. A to c equals p to d. A to c equals p to d. Also, you can write in this form p to a. P to a. I start from at the side and I finish with this side. So I will start again from this side. P to a equals d to c. P to a equals d to c. Also, you can start with what? You can start with c. C to a. C to a equals, good, d to b. D to p, okay? So, example for this property. Find the value of x. F 12 times x equals 3 times y. Again, 12 times x equals 3 times y. Now I need to find the ratio of x to y. The value of the ratio x to y. So I start with y. I can find x to y. X to y equals 3 to 12. Again, x to y equals 3 to 12. Like it, okay? X to y equals 3 to 12. You can simplify it. We get 1 over 4. In example number 4, here I have 2x power 2 minus 6y power 2 equals xy. I need to find what? I need to find value of x over y. Now, you can move this term to the other side with the opposite sign. We get what? 2x power 2 minus 6y power 2 equals xy. Therefore, 2x power 2 minus xy minus 6y power 2. We know something. In grade 8, we studied this expression. It's called trinomial algebraic expression. Trinomial algebraic expression. And also we have studied how we factorize a trinomial algebraic expression. Trinomial algebraic expression, how to factorize it. So, we can factorize the trinomial algebraic expression like this, okay? By two brackets here. 2x plus 3y and x minus 2y, okay? Now, I have here two brackets. 2x plus 3y equals 0 or x minus 2y equals 0, okay? So, if I take 2x plus 3y equals 0, we get what? 2x equals negative 3y, okay? I will move 3x to other side with the opposite sign. Now I need to find the value of x over y, x to y. So x to y equals negative 3 to 2. X over y equals negative 3 to 2, okay? Also, you can set x minus 2y equals 0, okay? So x equals 2y. So x to y equals 2 to 1, okay? So x to y equals 2 to 1. So you have two values of x over y, negative 3 over 2 and 2 to 1, okay? The property number 3 talk about what? Talk about if a over p equals c over d, okay? Then a over c equals p over d, okay? How? You can put the first antecedent in the first ratio over the second antecedent of the second ratio equals the first consequent in the first ratio to the consequent in the second ratio. Again, antecedent in the first ratio over the antecedent in the second ratio equals consequent in the first ratio to the consequent of the second ratio. For example, here, a over 4 equals p over 3. I can say a over p equals 4 over 3. A over p equals 4 over 3. And also, what? P to a. P to a equals 3 to 4, okay? Both of them are right. Now, the fourth property, talk about what? Here, if you have a over p equals 3 over 4, okay? A over p equals 3 over 4. Can I say a equals 3, p equals 4? No, it's wrong. Why? It is simplified ratio, not actually value of a and p. It only simplified ratio, okay? So you can set a over p equals 3 over 4 times constant number, okay? The number which I simplify of it, okay? Constant number. So can I say a equals 3m, p equals 4m? Again, a over p equals 3 over 4, then a equals 3m, p equals 4m, where m not equal to 0, okay? M not equal to 0, okay? For example, here, if a over p equals 3 to 5, find the ratio 20a minus 7b to 15a plus p. Now I can set a to p equals 3 over 5. Therefore, a equals 3m, p equals 5m. By substituting the values of a and p in the both terms in this ratio, we get what? Here, a put in it 3m, p 5m, p also 5m, a 3m. So 3 times 15, 45, and here 3 times 20 equals 60. 7 times 5 equals 35. Now we can simplify it. We get in the numerator 25m divided 50m. Okay, you can cancel m with m. We get 25 over 50. You can also divide it by 5 up and down. We get, we can't divide it by 25 up and down. We get half, half. So the value of the ratio 20a minus 7p to 15a plus p equals half. Example number 5 here. If A, P, and C, A, P, C, and D are proportional quantities, are proportional quantities, then prove that 3a minus 2c over 5a plus 3c equals 3b minus 2d over 5p plus 3d. I said what? I said A, P, C, and D are proportional. Therefore, A over P equals C over D equals constant number like M, K, N, as you like. Here I said the constant number is M, So A over P equals C over D equals M. Therefore, A equals PM, A equals PM, C equals DM, A equals PM, C equals DM, where M not equal to 0. Then, and left hand side, you can substitute by the values of A and C. Substituting by the values of A and P in the right hand side, we get what? 3pm minus 2dm plus A put in the PM, 5pm plus 3dm. You can take the highest common factor in the numerator and the denominator. We get here the highest common factor m. So I will take m as highest common factor up and down. We get m equals m times 3p minus 2d over m 5p plus 3d. You can cancel m with m. We get 3p minus 2d equals 5p plus 3d, So the left hand side equals right hand side. Left hand side equals right hand side. And property number 5 here, I talk about what? If we consider the proportion 9 over 15 equals 6 over 10 equal 3 over 5 again. 9 over 15 equals 6 over 10 equals 3 over 5. Now, we can add, or if we add the antecedent and consequent of the first and second ratios, I will add the antecedent and consequent of the first two ratios, We get what? 9 plus 6 over 15 plus 10. We get equals 15 over 25 equals 3 over 5. 3 over 5, which is one of the given ratios. Also, here, if I add the antecedent and consequent of the last two ratios here, we get what? We get 9 over 15 equals 3 over 5, which is one of the given ratio also. Okay. Now, but here, if I add the antecedent and consequent of each ratios here, we get 9 plus 6 plus 3 equals 15 plus 10 plus 5. We get what? 9 over 15 equals 3 over 5, which also one of the given ratio. Here, if I have what? 18 over 30. The first ratio here, if I multiply the first ratio or multiply the two terms of the first ratio by 3, we get 18 over 30. And also if we multiply the two terms of the second ratio by negative 4, we get negative 24 over negative 20, okay? Equals, if we simplify it, we get 3 over 5, which is one of the given ratios. Then, if I add the two ratios here, we get negative 6 over negative 10 equals 3 over 5, which is one of the given ratio. So, we will take an exercise about this properties, okay? Here, for example, if a over 4 equals p over 5 equals c over 3, prove that a minus p plus c over a plus p minus c equals 1 to 3. Now, here, if I multiply the second ratio by negative 1, if I multiply the two terms of the second ratio by negative 1, and I will add them, the three ratios, we get what? A minus p plus c equals 4 minus 5 plus 3, okay? Equals 2, equals one of the given ratios. Here, the antecedent is the required a plus p minus c. So I will multiply the two terms of the third ratio by negative 1. So a plus p minus c over 4 plus 5 minus 3 equals a plus p minus c over 6. Okay? Now, here, equals one of the given ratios. So this ratio equals this ratio. From 1 and 2, we get a minus p plus c over 2 equals a plus p minus c over 6. The third property, what? The first antecedent in the first ratio to the first antecedent in the second ratio equals the consequent of the first ratio divided by the consequent of the second ratio. So you can write it in this form, okay? A minus p plus c equal over a plus p minus c equals 2 over 6 equal third, the required, okay? Thank you for your listening. Goodbye.